احكي لي كيف تم طلوعك لتضريب في إيران.
Everything that you have been told about the October 7th attacks is BS. And this is why. There's a lot of chatter about conspiracy theories floating around since that day, the 7th of October. It's shocking and frankly scary, but somehow the world has found a way to blame Israel for an attack which they apparently did to themselves. Well, we have known that this isn't true, and right now, it's simply indisputable. This is not mainstream media analysis and footage breakdown. This is not a propaganda tool to shift the minds of already confused people. This is not staged or scripted. This is a captured Hamas operative exposing the blatant truth that the world has been in denial of since the beginning of the war.
احكي لي كيف تم طلوعك لتضريب في إيران.
تمام، قلت اتصل فيا مسؤولي على الرزاينة، قال لي بدك تطلع على إيران تاخذ دورة قنص ومنه بتستفيد وبزيد راتبك لما تروح عشان تطلع على مصر، ومن مصر بتطلع على لبنان، على سوريا ولبنان، على سوريا وهم بظبطوا غاد الأمور. وطلعت على مصر عن طريق المعبر، قعدت في مصر أسبوعين و3 أيام زي هيك. تمام، حجزت الطيارة وكل شيء تمام. اجت معي الطيارة، نزلنا على سوريا. من سوريا استقبلنا واحد بيقولوا له أبو إبراهيم. قعدنا في سوريا 3 أيام. في يوم الرابع أخذونا على لبنان. قعدنا في لبنان تقريبا أسبوعين. بعد أسبوعين اجت ميعاد الدورة، اجوا الشباب يعني. اجت ميعاد الدورة، نزلنا من سوريا دغري على، أخذتنا الطيارة على إيران. أخذنا في إيران دورة 15 يوم.
Why would a country thousands of miles away sponsor and carry out a massive terror attack on another country, on the soil of another country like that? Hypothetically speaking, if Iran wanted to, they could attack Israel directly by sending a missile or a nuke. It's not some elephant in the room anymore about what they are capable of doing. Their nuclear capabilities are one thing, but the attack on October 7th in Israel is another. Iran has spread out its powers across the Middle East vastly. They have these subcontractors spread all over, like Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthi rebels. These satellite locations of Iran do as they are told, and when Iran gives the go, they go. Why? Because Iran is the breeding machine behind this entire sadistic mechanism and scheme. By the way, Egypt has said over and over and over that they do not want to take in Palestinians from Gaza. He mentioned that he crossed into Egypt from Gaza through the Rafah crossing. Then he ended up in Syria, stayed there, was picked up by someone, and then took him to Lebanon. Then from Lebanon, he went to Iran. Gaza, Egypt, Syria, Lebanon, Iran. This vicious web that has been constructed throughout the Middle East might be invisible, but it is lethal and deadly. Hamas is everywhere. Iran is everywhere.
احكي لي في تفاصيل كيف تم التضريب.
تم التدريب أول شيء اللياقة، هذا يعني من صفحة الله كل يوم. تمام، عندك 4 أيام تدريب على كلاشين على مسافة 100 متر، وعندك بعد 4 أيام هدول 5 أيام على برجمير من 100 ل 150. بعديها اشتغلنا على دراجانوف، هذا برد قنص. تمام، أخذنا يمكن 6 أيام فيها. طخنا على حجار، على شواخص، على بلالين زي هيك على مسافة 300 متر يعني.
This is fresh evidence detailing and revealing where they were and what training they underwent during their stay in Iran. Maybe some of this might look and sound familiar to you. No? Short distance shooting, long distance shooting, sniper training, how to shoot RPGs, how to manage mass ambushes. Everything we saw on October 7th. This is exactly how Hamas executed their massacre in Israel 3 months ago. For the past 100 plus days, this whole thing has been about a geopolitical analysis on why Iran would benefit from such an attack, and lots of theories as to why this would serve their interests. There will be people in the comment section who will say that this is a fake admission or a paid actor. That is a fact. But guess what? This is not a paid actor. This is a confirmed press release by the IDF spokesperson, and by Israeli law, they are not allowed to lie. They have to verify everything that he is saying. Oh, and Israelis are not allowed to torture and abuse prisoners of war that they catch. In fact, for the past 40 years, the Shin Bet, Israel's security agency, has not been allowed to use force or torture, and there has been outrage about this. Look at the man in the video. Look at him. He looks well slept, well fed, no bruises or marks on his body, no signs of torture or abuse. This video isn't being recorded in some hole 40 kilometers under the ground. So where exactly is the abuse, What about the Israeli hostages? What about them?
في إيران.
وين؟
في موقع تدريب، ما بعرفش وين بالضبط يعني. موقع للجيش أو للتدريب العسكري يعني.
ومين اللي ضربوكم؟
إيرانيين. إيرانيين يعني عساكر يعني كانوا يلبسوا عساكر.
أكبر واحد كانوا معك في تدريب؟
متذاكر يعني حدود 15 ل 20 نفر يعني.
من وين هم؟
من غزة ولبنان وسوريا.
وشو المشترك كلياتهم؟
رجال إسلامي كلهم.
عسكريين يعني؟
عساكر رجال إسلامي.
هذه دورات أخرى في إيران من غير القنص.
دورات أخرى على هو الشباب يعني سمعت من الشباب أخذوا دورة صاروخية. في شباب أخذوا دورة مدفعية وفي كتايب دورة كتيبة.
Let's say for a second that you aren't feeling well in your throat. You start taking cough medicine every single night, waiting for your symptoms to subside. And of course, for the pain to go away. But you don't see any real changes, and in fact, you start to feel even worse. If you just keep taking the same medicine, all you are doing is treating the symptom, but not the problem. Little did you know the entire time you had strep throat. So what do you do when you have strep throat? You have to start taking antibiotics. Antibiotics treat the problem and issue at hand, not just the symptoms. Why are we so focused on Hamas but not the actual source itself? Iran. People must understand that even if Israel goes in and eradicates all of Hamas, all that they have done is wiped out a symptom. But the root problem ultimately still exists, and other symptoms as well. Hezbollah, the Houthis, and maybe other groups too. You must cure the disease and not the symptoms. The symptoms might subside for a little while, but inevitably they will return. And they will keep coming back if the disease is not solved and taken care of. So why are we okay with this reality? Take a look under the hood.